Alright, finally. Hi, if you're new to the channel, first of all, I just want to thank you for, well, even clicking on this video. It means a lot, because my channel is, well, frankly, very small. Also, fair warning, this is going to be less of a review and more of like a ramble of just why I have this Thomas and why it's special to me. So, for a few years, I've been collecting the Trackmaster Evolution line, and I did not have much. I had like 3 sets in total. Only had like 5 engines max. I had Thomas, I had Percy, James, Nia, Gordon, Toby. I didn't have much. For years I thought, hey, that's okay. Well, because if you couldn't tell by the amount of items I just named, I was a broke Thomas fan, and I still am. Like, this is the only thing I'm gonna have for like a while. And I thought it was okay. I thought that, you know, I thought these were quality products when I knew they just weren't. And that's why I kind of strayed away from the fandom and the show as a whole. I mean, it only got worse and worse, and well, just because I wasn't able to afford like anything. And even if I was able to, I wasn't interested. Also, as I'm speaking, I'm sorry if I sound kind of nervous. Some of my family's in the other room, so yeah, I might not speak clearly or very loudly. Like, this is all I have. I don't have a tripod or anything, so before I start with the actual review, I still think it's pretty surreal holding this thing. A lot of people have said that this line looks overall imperfect. I've heard many complaints. I don't know if I've heard as many complaints about Thomas, but if there is, you know, I guess for me it's just different because, you know, at least we have something, and you know, it's just compared to what we had before, the crappy line I was forced to collect because it was all I had. This is just, I'm thankful. I'm just thankful. I really am. Anyways, let's get to the actual review. You know, what everyone came here for. I know I'm being annoying. Let's look at the side first, because that's what everyone's gonna see when they first get the box. That's crazy. This is crazy. They straight up just, like, that is just Thomas. That's just Thomas. Here's a photo of the CGI model. They literally just took the model and put him on a Trackmaster chassis. That's literally all they did. And the result was amazing. There are definitely some faults, of course, because his front is kind of just awkwardly shown to be longer than the wheels. You know, I don't expect them to, like, make the wheels bigger or longer or anything. I think that was a given. So, also, I really like the rivets. I know that's a Big World, Big Adventures thing. I know that's a Boba thing, and it makes you feel like, ugh. You know, it's like, why do we need to be reminded of that? Why do we need to be reminded of Boba? But, you know, it's like, at least we have something. At least we have some detailed. Look at the handrails. That is amazing. Also, I don't know what this is. I think this is dirt on his side, like these lighter shades of blue. But yeah, it's very nice. It's not just a boring Thomas model. It's actually got a lot of detail. Very nice. The wheels also look really good. This isn't just like a dummy wheel that's painted to look like the middle wheel is actually molded. And the side rod detailing is also pretty cool, but I don't think it makes a huge difference. Like, I don't think this was really needed, but the fact that it's even there is very nice. Yeah. Sorry, the camera's not focusing. Now let's talk about the face. Again, I reiterate, just this entire model is stellar. Before you compare it to this actual CGI face, like the actual model, I want to compare it to the old Trackmaster Revolution face, because I mean, it was so bad, and now we have this. It's like, that looks like Thomas, but it more so looks like Thomas if Thomas and Queso did a fusion dance, you know? He was so chubby, and for what reason? Oh, so I think I should compare the side to, like, the original Trackmaster Revolution as well. He was kind of, like, squashed and looked kind of long. Like, everything about him was just short. The funnel was short. The everything was short. Everything was short. And again, his face, it's not just like a default CGI Thomas face. But even if they did that and it had this amount of detail, I'd be okay with it. But I'm glad they didn't just give him a normal smile. No, he looks cheeky. Like he's supposed to be. He looks cheeky. Like he actually looks like Thomas. That's a face Thomas would make. Also, I don't know why his eyes are looking this way. That's also kind of weird. His coupling isn't painted. Neither are his iron lamps. But you know, the fact that they even painted his running board at all, that's incredible. Now let's talk about some faults. As I mentioned, the iron lamps aren't painted. Neither is the whistle. If you look up here, the whistle is not painted either, and neither is the back lamp, and these buffers too. Also, I feel like this back coupling is very long, because if you couple up the trucks, like here, if you were to couple up the trucks, it would look like it would look like this. This is a problem with the tender engines too, or at least what I've seen. Like, it's just, they look so separate. With Thomas, it obviously isn't much of an issue, but still. Talk about the trucks later. But I feel like those are all nitpicks, kind of. The buffers, we all notice. You can just paint the buffers, you know, it's whatever. And yeah, it sucks that the back lamp isn't painted at all. The whistle should be painted. I'd feel better if that was a sticker, honestly. Like, why is the whistle not painted? Of all things, why the whistle? But I think it's cool that they decided to add a back lamp at all. And I appreciate them, like, experimenting. Like, you know, this was never molded before. It was always a sticker. Both the whistle and the back lamp were always a sticker. So yeah, Thomas just looks amazing. Alright, I think that's about it. We got the trucks here. I like that they have different facial expressions. I don't know if that's something they bothered to do before, but yeah, very nice. Like, just like Thomas, that straight up just looks like a truck. Pulled from the show, that looks like a truck. There's even, like, I don't know what to call this. I don't know if that was there before, but yeah, there's also wheel detailing on the trucks. And gone are those stupid gear wheels, like on Annie and Clarabelle. The new motorized Annie and Clarabelle that was released in 2020, I think. Those were just, those were awful, because they couldn't be freewheeled and like that. Like, see how smooth that is? And Annie and Clarabelle were just horrible. They could only be run under track. That was so sickening. And again, like Thomas, like, the lines are painted. They've also got some dirt on them as well. Just little things like that make all the difference. Also, there's plank detailing all around. Face is nice and big. Look at him. Now the other truck is just the same with a different expression. I like how he's kind of laughing. Like, look at his face. Yeah. Not much to say, just overall amazing. The only fault I have with the trucks is these stupid boxes. Like, there's this shape on the bottom that indicates that they were meant to stick in by like they were meant to be stuck in, like pegged in or something. And also I like that there's plank detailing on the inside, but I think that was always there. I don't know. But I suppose it would be better if, you know, there was no peg here at all, because if these fall out, if you lose these, then it's just a normal truck inside, you know? A peg would just make them look kind of weird if they were empty. So, yeah, actually, the trucks don't have many faults at all. I think that's about it in terms of what I want to talk about with just this item alone. I'm sorry if a lot of you came here for an actual review. I didn't really give that. I'm sorry if my commentary was off, or if I didn't talk about anything important. This is actually my first review of, like, anything. So, yeah. Overall, if this line continues, if they make more characters outside of just the main ones, dude, I'm so happy. I doubt they're gonna fix the tender engines. I really would love it if they fixed the tender engines. I don't know if I'm gonna buy them, but if I did, then I'd be able to, like, talk about, you know, the issues I have with them. But for engines like Thomas and Percy, and Nia, if she ever does come to the US, I was frustrated. Like, every other country got these way before the US did, like in May, or maybe even in April. No, if these were released in April, that just makes me even more upset, because I had to wait for like 2 months until I saw these at Walmart, like, yesterday. And like a week before that, I was at Walmart and these weren't here. But yeah, I'm glad to, like, finally have these, because everyone was getting them before I did. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say about the items. I don't think there's anything left to say, like, at all. Well, I think I've gone over everything I want to go over. Just amazing. Thomas looks amazing. That's Thomas. He's not squashed. He's not stretched. He doesn't look stupidly chubby like the other, like, Revolution made him look. He just looks like Thomas. And I love that. And the trucks actually look like the trucks too. Unlike, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. So yeah, the new motorized range, I'm very excited for. Thomas is probably the best looking out of all the tank engines are going to be, like, the best looking. Thomas, Percy, maybe Nia. If you want to grab the new motorized range, get Thomas and Percy. I don't know about all the other ones, and I'd say get Flying Scotsman, because he's probably going to be rare in like 5 years. He's going to be like $100, maybe even more, because, you know. But yeah, I am so happy with this range. This is what we've been asking for like a while. If you guys want a score of what I'd give Thomas, there's Thomas in the trucks, or classic Thomas, whatever he's called. I'd give this a 9, honestly. I would. I have no major complaints, I really don't. This just looks like Thomas. If you did watch all the way to the end, I really appreciate that, because, well, quite frankly, I don't think anyone's gonna watch this to the end, but just in case you did, thank you. Like, genuinely, that means a lot, because my channel is small, and this is my first ever review. First review video I've ever made, so thank you, genuinely. If you guys want a test run video, let me know. Right now, I don't have any track. Like, I threw away a bunch of my Thomas stuff because I thought it was growing out of it. Clearly not. Sorry, this is editing me speaking. I was originally going to tell you to like and subscribe and hit the bell and, you know, all that. But as I listened to the video while I was oh my god. As I was listening to the video while editing it, I decided, actually, that sounds really annoying. So I'm not going to do that. That entire part has been cut out. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Very excited for this range. And yeah, that's it. Alright, see ya.
Girl, I'm on my way, say you love me. I know where you stay, so don't text me. I know